When you meet a guy, make sure finances, career, accomplishments are in check, because then you have a stable man.
I wanted to date successful men. I wanted to date men who were financially secure.
So, for real, like, why would I want to actually date someone who can't pay for my meal?
You start having expectations. Say, hey, I want my man to have this, and on top of that, I want my man to have money.
We all know that the country with the most gold diggers is the United States of America. If you are a guy and don't make a lot of money, then you will have a hard time finding love. Getting a relationship for an average guy is getting harder and harder in American society. And women will tell you straight to your face that you are too broke for them. Not all women are gold diggers, but in the United States, about 87% of women want to know what you are doing for a living before they give you a chance. Money matters a lot in the United States. That is why most guys are single and miserable, because these women have double standards.
No matter how much money a woman makes, she always will want more out of you as a man. You know, even when you go on dates, they want you to pay for the date. They don't want to pay for their own meal. You know, they only want to hang out with you based on, you know, the money, what you are spending on them.
So we already know what we're dealing with right now. Yeah, we're dealing with one of these money grabbers, you know, one of these heartless, cold-hearted individuals that just want to extract money from guys. Yeah, there's no love involved in this. No love whatsoever.
You know, women don't love. All of these feminist wrecks out here that are trying to pawn themselves off as women, they're not real women.
American women have extremely high expectation in a relationship, and I think that it's because of parental conditioning. Fathers and mothers are particularly to blame for teaching their daughters that they are a princess and are entitled to the very best forever and always. So women are saturated in the mindset that they are great in every way, and if someone has a problem with them, then it is fairly and squarely their problem only. I think men who fail to get into a relationship with one of these women may well have dodged a bullet. Another problem we have in the United States of America is online dating. 20 years ago, when online dating really didn't exist, women had little choice but to find men the conventional way of meeting them through mutual friends or randomly meeting a guy in a store or club. This meant there was less selection to choose from. Now, with online dating as the main form of finding someone, women are overwhelmed with choice, giving them the false impression that they can have a man who is rich. So then what happens to the men who are not rich? Well, they wind up alone through no fault of their own. Social media platforms such as Instagram have brainwashed women into thinking they have to find a rich guy in order to be happy in a relationship.
When it comes to dating and relationships, who is typically seen as the prize, the man or the woman?
The woman. Ooh, the woman for sure. The woman.
The woman.
The woman.
So if the woman is the prize, what would that make the man?
The wallet.
Yeah.
As you can see, most American women think this way. They say they are the prize and men are the wallet, which means if you are a guy and don't have money, 90% or maybe 99% of women won't even give you a chance. Please note that I'm not saying that all American women are like this, but the reality has proved that the majority of women won't date you if you don't make more money than them.
A shocking new claim about the falling marriage rate is raising a lot of questions right now. A new study says the reason fewer people are getting married is because there's a shortage of, quote, economically attractive men. The study from Cornell University says women aren't getting married because prospective husbands can't provide enough financial security. You're smirking.
She said that marriage is declining because there is a shortage of economically attractive men, which means women would rather be single than date someone who earns less than they do. The problem with most American women these days is that they see men as utilities. If a man's worth is only how much money he makes, I guess a woman's worth is only as good as she looks. Few women are willing to support a man while he goes to school, but there's a lot of men out there supporting their wives and daughters while they go. I think men aren't getting married because they are scared of being taken advantage of.
They're liars, they're thieves. It's in their nature to survive. You are her survival raft. You are her life vest. You only provide something. She's with you because you can help her survive and get to the next destination. You can keep a roof over her head. You can help pay her bills. This is why women get with men. That's why when you go on a first date, she asks, so what do you do for a living? A woman is never gonna be with you simply because she likes you for you. She's with you because you can provide and give her something.
If you are a depressed woman who is working at a McDonald's, there's always a guarantee that there'll be a man who wants to be with you. But if you're a man in the same position, no woman wants you. American men have learned to suffer alone and take in all the punches. It sucks, but it is what it is. Most average men live hard lives of quite desperation. I feel for American men today. Even though I'm in a relationship, I still feel for the lonely single men that have to work 10 times harder than a woman to get a partner. I think most folks need to have a very hard and honest conversation with why they want a relationship. Very few people are looking for genuine love, and most are opportunists and users. It is not a surprise that we have such a mess of marriages and dating these days. The value system is completely backwards. Many people of quality are choosing to be alone and not date at all. The problem with society in the US right now is the modern woman mentality. We want to have the same status as a man and expect more out of him. And what funny is that men seems to be used to this now.
Women don't love. All of these feminist wrecks out here that are trying to pawn themselves off as women, they're not real women. They're thieves in push-up bras, right? They're screeching harpies, and all they're interested in is using you. But they sell this idea of love. They use the word love. They throw it around.
Even though I don't think I'm a gold digger, I'm also attracted to wealthy guys. So I honestly don't blame women. And in the United States, we have been taught to not do anything for our men. We don't even pay when we are out on a date. We expect the guy to pay for everything. It is what we have been taught. This is wired in our brains. So I also blame the system because it is kind of designed to be like this, even though men and women are getting paid similar salaries these days.
When you're on a date, who should pay?
I know. I mean, that's what I told them. I'm sorry.
But
I would say, I'm dating. We're dating.
But here's the
gentleman here.
Okay. He's supposed to pay.
Yeah, that's what I told him.
But you're supposed to have sex with him whenever he says.
No. Whenever Walt
where does this double standard come from? I'm sorry, it's the reality. You guys can moan at it all you want, but the moment you say to a guy, you have to fucking pay for my time, you're saying this relationship isn't equal.
This really doesn't make any sense to me. I think it should be the other way around. If you are a man, why would you pay money when you don't even know if it's going anywhere? I personally would never let a guy pay for me on the first few dates. If it's someone I just met, I don't want him thinking I owe him sex or some shit because he bought me some food, in case he turns out to be an asshole. And I also don't want to give him any reason to think I might be one of those women who goes on dates to get free meals. Lastly, I want to be relaxed enough to order whatever I want, not restrain myself because I know I'm eating on someone else's dime. When we're getting more serious, I expect to take turns paying, perhaps according to who suggests and plans the date. I really don't think your wallet should have to suffer disproportionately because you are a man. And if any man says that the way I approach this is emasculating, then I know he's not for me.
I'm divorced. I thought I'd be happier, except the judge set the child support amount at $326 a month. $326 $326 a month for 2 kids for child support is what he has to pay me. $326 a month. Because he's not working. Because he chooses not to. I was able to cross-examine him, which was fun. And I asked him how many hours a week he spends working or trying to sell houses, because technically he still has a real estate license, so technically he's still a realtor. He said 15 hours a week approximately is how many hours he works per week. Grown man, grown able-bodied man with transportation and no childcare to worry about, says he works 15 hours a week, which I think is kind of a high estimate. I'd put it more at like 0 hours per week. So $326 a month for 2 kids. Fun, right? And this is after I was super gracious and let him keep his parenting time. The guardian ad litem recommended 0 parenting time for dad.
I thought you wanted custody of the kids because you loved them. Guess you wanted the money more. Imagine when her kids see a video of their mom being upset about the money more than breaking up the family. She basically want him to work full week so she can take half of his earnings. He's already paying child support to her, and whatever he do now is none of her business. She divorced him when he was earning high, hoping for the big money payout. Then he cut his own hours before the financials were decided by the court. Her ex-husband isn't lazy. He just knew that if he kept working, he'd have to pay thousands of dollars in child support. She divorced him for herself to be happier, money, broke up a family, and just thinks about how she now has to pay for her kids. What a disgrace of a mother, complaining about having to pay to support her own kids. Before I end this video, I would like to say, not all American women are gold diggers, but we have a lot of them. This is the end of the video. If you liked this video, please smash that like button, and please support me by subscribing to my channel.